expect for this week crypto market outlook? Again, should we see Bitcoin continue with this relief rally all the way to 100 or moving to 108 to 110K, right? Looks like the signs are there to continue this relief rally, and we are looking set to continue to climb higher after Bitcoin tops out around 96K, like early yesterday. Again, should we see more bullish momentum coming in, not only for BTC, the whole crypto market? I think we could continue to see more upwards momentum by this week and following by end of January as well. Okay, then of course we look at crypto bill progress. Okay, and then analyst says dips are for buying as 100K comes in focus. So again, it depends on how do you define buying the dip, especially on this scenario, because this could be only a relief rally rather than a continuation back to the bull market. Okay, so Bitcoin went up about 96K for the very first time, okay, over 2 years, or 2 months. So totaling about 45%. Okay, and then we have Ethereum, XRP, and Dogecoin also went up. Okay, now Ethereum is somewhere around $300. Okay, and then of course we look at the stock market as well, right? Nasdaq and then the S&P 500 also went up, uptrend as well. I think this could be the last final rally, last final push before we see a massive pullback for the stock as well. Okay, then we look at the open interest as well coming in about 6.65% last 24 hours. So this is looking set for another push, one more last push. I think this could be another final liquidity push. That's where I think all those big players want those dumb money to actually buy. Okay, the FOMO, the rush. That's what everybody wants to get in, right? So one more last push, probably to around 100K above. And then that's where most likely there will be a huge massive sell-off. That is the expectation. Okay, for the crypto market. And then of course moving on to stocks as well, I think most likely this could be the final push. Okay. So yeah, I think overall you can see this is for Q1, right? So Q1, Q2, usually this is the market top for crypto as well. So if everything all aligns, I think most likely this will be the final push. Okay, so you have to be very clear with your strategy on what coin should you be holding, what coin should you exit or probably dispose. Okay, for this month, leading up to March as well. Okay, so yeah, then of course we are looking here is that 𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀𝗺𝗀. Okay, another expert trader here, mentioning that Bitcoin break out above the crucial 21-day moving average and test of the level of support. Okay, and then it's quite clear that this is going to run about 100K in the coming week. Okay, so probably dips are for buying is only for short term. If you are trading, then yes, but long term like this, I think most likely price can continue to go down. Okay, probably by Q2 or after March. Okay, should we see below 70K possible? Okay, so that is my game plan here, is to continue to sell BTC around the 100K region, and then to reserve the stable coin or USDT for the next play, probably after second half of this year, after June. Okay, so probably I'll be looking to play more on defensive rather than going offense. Okay, is to preserve capital here. Capital preservation, very important. Okay, because I think the timing to buy is already out, the risk getting higher, and there could be a possible top or peak, or probably transitioning from a bull to bear. Okay, so yeah, if you are looking at this, if you are trading, then probably short term, yes, for buying. Long term for buying like this, I don't think is wise. Okay, probably you can get it cheaper, probably after March or probably after February. You can, probably might see the price continue to slump back down. Okay? So these are my expectations, but of course not financial advice. Okay, so yeah, cleared somewhere around 94.5 and max will be 105.9. Okay, 105.9. So 100K is most likely will be the next level to the price will test. Okay, so yeah, I think overall, whatever coins that you hold, maybe you might want to decide, okay, exit plan, how you're going to exit, okay, especially on alts as well. Okay, then next. What's happening now? Ethereum. Should we see the dominance of BTC continue to fall? Okay, and should we see Ethereum and alts continue to rally? So that's another take here. What we can see here is that Ethereum hits a new record, hits record wallet growth as fear fades away. So we can see more and more, I think, retail money or dump money. Okay, continue to create more fresh wallet for probably for DeFi, staking, okay, or probably for perp DEX, right? So yeah, I think we can see what's happening now is that the gas fee, Ethereum gas fee have dropped tremendously after the Fusaka upgrade. Okay, so you can see now the GUI is pretty low, 0.05 GUI. So a transaction will cost you maybe less than 5 cents. Okay, a bridge maybe might cost you about 10 cents and both. Okay, so that is the current situation right now with the Ethereum mainnet. Not talking about layer 2, but this is the Ethereum mainnet. Okay, so we're seeing about 327,000 of new wallets daily last week. So we can see more and more people are coming into DeFi. Okay, staking, okay, lending and borrowing, okay, and then of course trading as well. Okay, so lower fees spark fresh activity on Ethereum. Okay, so yeah, they had the Fusaka upgrade, which is last year, isn't it? Early December. Okay, it has lowered cost for L2 system to post information back to Ethereum. So imagine if Ethereum mainnet is already this cheap, what's more with the layer 2? Layer 2 it is already bloody cheap. Okay, so this is the outcome right now for the Ethereum mainnet. It is very cheap right now. Okay, if you're planning to buy Ether on the mainnet, then maybe probably you can able to do so. Okay, transaction or whatever DeFi work that you want to do, the best time is now because it's quite cheap. So a dip in the fees is pumping up the activity of the network. Then of course, we look at the data shows that the stablecoin transfers on ETH reached a record late last year, hitting somewhere about 8 trillion volume for Q4 alone. Payment settlements flow at scale. Okay, all right. And then of course you can see talking about perpetual DEX. Okay, trading. Okay, all right. So we can see here activity across decentralized apps seems to be cooling down. Okay, so DEX volume over the past 2 weeks totaling about 150.4 B. Okay, so looks like it's slowing down from here. And then it went to a peak about 27.8 billion. I think this is where the money is flowing probably to Solana. Okay, or probably to another DEX, or probably to layer 2 rather than Ethereum mainnet. Okay, because I think there are a lot of perp DEX are coming up. Okay, and then it actually drives the traffic away from Ethereum mainnet or the perpetual DEX. So that is the outcome right now. Okay, and then moving on next, right, talking about Solana. Is Solana still alive or is already dead? That's the thing. So Solana only depends on one thing, which is liquidity coming in from retail or dump. Without them, Solana is nothing. Okay, because Solana is basically a mini casino for all users. Whatever is built on Solana is basically more on speculation. And of course, talking about fly-by-night type of coins, meme coins. Okay, people are interested in all that. And then of course, talking about perpetual DEX, trading. People like to trade. Okay, they get their hands itchy and they want to trade. Okay, so even I also talk about the Pacifica, okay, perpetual DEX, how you can be able to farm. Opening one account long, another account short. So that is also could be another factor where many users are actually flocking to Solana over Ethereum in terms of the perpetual volume. Now, so talking about price action for Solana, can it able to go all the way to $190? So we are sitting somewhere around how much here? 140. So another $50 maybe could be very possible if the liquidity continue to pour in and to lock up. And you can see dumb money coming in, FOMO again, once more for this final push. Probably yes. Okay, so momentum played a role. Faster execution, lower fees, and strong Solana volatility pull goes towards Solana. Okay, so that is the key there. Okay, that is the key for Solana to be a leading indicator for the liquidity or the volume. Okay, all right. So yeah, you can see here Solana futures taker. We can see there's a huge increase coming in. Okay, huge increase. Okay, so we can see 90-day futures taker CVD has turned positive and continues to rise as of writing. Then we look here, taker buyer orders are increasingly outweighing taker sales. That means more buyer, they are willing to take the base to buy. That means direct market buy rather than limits. Okay, so signaling that aggressive buyers are stepping in. So we can see already what's happening now. They rather go for market order rather than limits. Okay, So this pattern often emerges when market absorbs supply without triggering sharp price increases, creating what is commonly described as coil spring setup. Okay, so yeah, we can see already, I think the interest will start to spike again. Okay, talking about open interest, right? So open interest growth outpaces price. Okay, all right. So the higher the interest, that's where the danger is. Okay, that's where everyone starts to flock back again. That's where the risk starts to increase. Funding rate also will start to increase as well. So open interest rated funding rate showed recurring green spike. Okay, signaling what here? Traders are opening new long position rather than simply reacting to position. So they're taking more risk here to long. Okay, but you go and trade. You know the market is going up. So what you do? You open a 10x or 50x long. So that's how it increased the open interest rate. You are also contributing to the OI as well. So OI has climbed to about 8p. Okay, so well over levels seen last year. All right, so that's the thing that actually contribute to the open interest. So whenever the open interest gets heated up, that's where you have to be very, very careful. There could be a reset as well, or a forced liquidation. Okay, and if funding rate were to go up, also it's not so good. Okay, that's why people are taking more risks to trade. So you don't want that as well. You want open interest and funding rate to maintain, to stabilize. Okay, because if not, then most likely will get liquidated. Most likely price will go down for 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀. Okay, so that is the nature of trading. If you are in perpetual DEX, this is a thing that you have to watch out. Okay, whether you are longing or shorting. Okay, open interest and funding rate, very important for these two. Okay, and then moving on next. Okay, so we're gonna move on into this. I think I've seen a lot of people who are following some kind of influencer, whether it's Tom Lee, Raoul Paul, or Arthur Hayes, or whichever, okay, YouTuber. So sometimes also, of course, they will mention about price prediction. Again, especially if you are in your first or second cycle, I believe you have also fallen into the trap as well. Okay, especially like example like Tom Lee mentioning that Ethereum will go to 62,000 in the coming months. Okay, but everyone's belief just like that. Okay, show you the chart, show you the numbers and figures, you all just believe hook, line, and sinker. But you have to understand how to read between the lines. What are they saying? What does it really mean when it says Ethereum going to 62,000 in the coming months? It is not going to happen, that's for sure. What they are actually trying to say is that they are desperately needing dump money to come in to actually push up the price so that they can able to dump and exit. Do you understand? Okay, if we take example, another one, Arthur Hayes as well. Okay, Arthur Hayes mentioning about hyperliquid can go to about 126 times. Okay, 126 times, I think recently only. Okay, I think last year, yeah, predicted in August 2025. Okay, they could see 126 times for hyperliquid. Okay, and then what happened? However, just 3 weeks later in September, okay, on-chain data shows he sold his entire hyperliquid position for about 5.1 million. So you can see what is really happening. What are they trying to do here? They are putting their reputation on the line, okay, to tell you that this token is going to go that price, okay, and then they are actually putting their reputation online without having any accountability when things go wrong. So you are the one who are actually buying. You're actually buying their backs. You are the exit liquidity. So even what happened was last 2 years, token 2049 Singapore, Arthur Hayes was there talking about what? Pendle and Ondo. What are the best RWA, real world asset tokens to buy? Okay, I think one of the audience was asking a question about the RWA. So you're mentioning about Pendle. Oh, you should buy Pendle and dump your Ondo. He said like that. Then after that, the next day, he went and sold Pendle. Okay, he went and asked people to buy Pendle, but he went and sold Pendle the next day. So this is what they're trying to do, is that you're looking for exit liquidity. So you have to understand, whatever they say, you don't take 100% all in. Okay, you have to read between the lines. Why do they do that? Why do they say like this? And then on and off again. Okay, every week in and week out, they are being invited to CNBC or to financial news media. And here they are again, okay, risking their reputation to shield you crazy price prediction. Why? It's because it works. People like to invest based on emotion. And when people invest, they don't tend to sell. They will continue to be a back holder. And they ride all the way up and all the way down. And this brings to next one here, the very favorite, 𝗶𝗺𝗺𝗀, banana zone. And the 5-year ISM. I think this was last year as well. 𝗶𝗺𝗺. I'm not sure how many of you following 𝗶𝗺𝗺. Last cycle as well, I also follow 𝗶𝗺𝗺. Okay, thinking that, oh, this time is different. Institutions are buying, right? They will never sell. And then what happened? Things collapse. Luna collapse. And then Celsius also collapse. Then everything tumbled. Okay, so I also myself also being a back holder last cycle because of trusting 𝗶𝗺𝗺, believing in their words. Okay, so this cycle, okay, what 𝗶𝗺𝗺 mentioned is a 5-year cycle ISM. You see, every time when it comes to end of the cycle, there will be people like this, okay, who's trying to be a showstopper, okay, or probably trying to keep the show ongoing. We know that the show is already finished, but yet we still have this kind of people coming up and say, oh, the show is not over yet. There's still more performance. There's still more drama and action to be continued. Please stay on. This is the thing that you have to be very, very careful. Okay, so we can see here, banana zone. Okay, since mid-2005, 2025. Okay, so yeah, you can see here. Okay, he ties it to a 5 to 8 year exponential edge. Okay, cycle where crypto outperforms amid crypto trends like falling rates and rising liquidity. Okay, then this has drawn heavy bashing comments and replies across Twitter. Okay, so you can see already all these comments are calling him, clown, charlatan. Okay, also BS, because I think people had enough. Okay, I think you can able to read between the lines. If this is your first cycle and you have already gotten into it, fine. But next cycle, don't make the same mistake. Because why? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you. Right? Shame on me. Right? So that's the saying here. So we dive in deep some more here. 𝗶𝗺𝗺, this is the 4-year cycle. Right? The 4-year cycle is now the 5-year cycle. Okay, Bitcoin should peak in 2026 or Q2. And then what did Bob Lucas say? A peak in early 2026 to 3 or 4-year cycle. So they don't even know what they are saying as well. Okay, like this kind of people. Okay, all right, so see exactly the same thing at the top of 2021. Okay, never listen to some Euro trash. Right, so I think the comments are getting quite negative because I think they have already had enough. Okay, 1 year later, the 4-year cycle is now a 6-year cycle. Okay, then for reference, he said the same exact thing last cycle and got turbo wreck. Okay, all right, so a lot of people are actually bashing him already. Let's add a year so I can have some opium left. Okay, let's extend the cycle so you continue to say cycle and base everything in cycle 2. So the cycle continues cycling. So we can see already, okay, these people are running out of ideas. So they're coming out with all kinds of theory. And these are the people who do not want to adapt to the current market cycle and condition. And they will start to shield you with all these type of, data, facts, and numbers that may look so convincing so that you can be able to continue to hold without selling. And that's the thing, you don't even have an exit plan, right? So this is the thing that you have to be cautious. And then next one, Tom Lee, another one. And of course, Crypto RS, okay, George, again, Crypto RS also another bullish bias. You don't even know, cannot even discern whether are we in a bull or bear. He is like forever bull market guy. Okay, Bitcoin already break below the 50 SMA, still consider buying the dip, still don't worry, it will continue to go back. All these are hopium. So you see what here? Ethereum is going to 62,000. All right, look at all the comments here. Okay, Tom Lee got it wrong. Okay, it is Bitcoin is going to 62K soon, not Ethereum. Bitcoin is going lower and hasn't bottomed. Okay, so many. He also called for 12 to 15K by end of year. Exactly, these are the people are desperate. Okay, they're throwing crazy prices to look for exit liquidity, dumb money to buy. Do you understand how many more cycles do you need in order for you to learn? Okay, so many now are actually getting pissed right now. Okay, all right, so many of the comments you can see already. It's not like one or two good ones, but I think majority of them they had enough, okay, of listening to this kind of people. Okay. So you have to be very cautious when you listen to all this. And then next year, Arthur Hayes, right? Now see what happened. Arthur Hayes just sold 96.6 thousand of hype, worth about $5.1 million. After 3 weeks, okay, predicting it to pump to 126x in the coming years. Okay, and then he gave this excuse: I need to pay my deposit on the new Ravi 849. Okay, another excuse. Okay, so he is well known for all this. Okay, shield you a price, and then the next day he will down, and then you are the exit liquidity. So never ever take their word 100%. Okay, whatever that they do, you might want to do the opposite. Okay, I think probably you do the opposite also. Maybe you might, make a profit out of it. Okay, they are like the Jim Cramer, okay, of crypto. So these are the lessons. So I really hope that you can able to learn, because if you are going to continue the same way like last cycle, and continue to believe in all these people, whatever that you see, then that's on you. Okay, because what I'm sharing here is to decode. Okay, what they say and what do they really mean? You got to read between the lines. Every time when they throw you a price prediction, what does it really mean behind that word, that price? Okay, they are screaming for exit liquidity. They're screaming for dump money, retail, people who do not know about crypto but coming in at a peak so that they can be able to sell. So these are the things that's happening now. And then moving on next to Airdrop. So what we can see now for Airdrop. So we have Fogo here. Okay, they will be listing on Binance tomorrow. So for those of you who have been doing on Fogo, might want to check, want to claim. Okay, it's a layer 1 here. And then next, again, coming in for ETH gas. So for those of you who have been transacting on the Ethereum mainnet, okay, you might want to go and check. Okay, you still have time to complete all the available tasks, collect your beans if you need. So you might want to go and check, right? Okay, where is 𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀, so you can be able to check how much gas have you burned. Okay, how much gas have you burned already? Okay, so you might want to go and check it later on. Okay, all right, for ETH gas, I think ETH gas also is going to airdrop. Snapshot is on the 19th, so about another 5 more days for ETH gas. And then next, we have Backpack. BGE also coming soon. So they dropped a teaser that looks like it's hinting at their upcoming token. Okay, so it could be not far away from now. And then current season could be the last one before TTE. Not confirmed yet. Okay. All right. So if you look at the body market also, when Backpack might launch a token. Okay. So there could be a probability of 31st March. Okay, sitting around 68% that they will drop on March. Okay, so there's Backpack. And then moving on next to 𝗀.2. So if you have been bridging to 𝗀 using this bridge, you might want to go and check, okay, your points. And of course, I think they're going to drop also. But again, not much, only 3% during TGE. So I'm expecting dust. Okay, so these are the bridges. Okay, so nothing much. But again, like I said, the best one to actually farm right now is perpetual DEX. Okay, why? Is because we have seen the likes of Hyperliquid and Mitre. They have done such a good job that they are rewarding those farmers and traders equally. Okay, and these are the drops that can able to give you about minimum 5 to 6 figure USD if you do it properly. So now this is the next one. Probably you can also take part. This is called Extended. It is also another perp DEX that you can able to join. And they also recently launched, so it's considered quite new. They are planning to go live, I think, on Q2 or second half of the year. So we probably got about 5 to 6 months from now to actually farm this Extended. Okay, Extended. So you might want to go and check it out here. So yeah, like people like 𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀 have already done on Pacifica. So I think this is also quite similar. Okay, it's also quite similar. So let me get this. Join. See. Okay, see here. This one. Copy later on. Okay, so your one Pacifica, one Extended. So you can open one long on Pacifica, one account for Extended for short. So 2 accounts going in one at the same time. So you're hedging. So you don't have to fear about making profit or not. Knowingly, you will be losing out on the commission fee or the brokerage fee. Eventually, that volume will give you that points, and eventually that points will give you the airdrop. Okay. So season 1 of extended points program is live. Okay, they still continue season 1. That is a good thing. They haven't moved into season 2 yet. The moment when they move to season 2, that's where you have to really push. Okay, that's where you have to really push. As of now, it's still on season 1. That is the good news here. Okay, that is the good news for extended. Okay, so you're going to go here for your extended. Okay, and then you can able to choose BDC, USD again. So Nolela, hope you understand. You can able to learn. So you do one buy, one sell, right? Okay, so you enter probably 5x as well. Then you go for 100%, 5x. And then you click market, choose market. And then, yeah, you can choose either buy or sell and start trading. Start trading. Okay, connect your wallet, then start trading. So that's how it works, very similar. So you got Pacifica, you got extended. With 2 platforms already playing that. So this year, okay, so high expectation for you to earn 5 figures from these 2 products. Okay, minimum 10K each possible. Okay, if you really do it right, you can easily earn that. Okay, if you are consistent. Okay, 1 trade once a day, 5 minutes. I think you are set. You are pretty set. Okay, to actually earn that if you really do that. Okay, so yeah, you have to really take action, then have a schedule. 5 minutes, that's all you need for 1 day. That's all. 1 buy, 1 sell. Okay. And then that's it. Once the time limit hit, 5 minutes, close both at the same time. Because why? It's 2 different accounts, 2 different platforms. So that's how you actually trade. This is a trading idea. Okay, it's a hedging. You're not speculating, you're hedging. Okay, and then moving on next. Okay, coin market cap. So we can see here, hovering about 3.23 trillion. Here we have BDC is at 95.5, DH 3.3. Okay, most of the coins are slowly starting to recover. Okay, this is the relief rally. Gainers for the day, look at Dash, 36%. Look at that, 98%. Last 7 days, ICP, 19%. Pepe up by 9.36. Okay, so most of them are currently up at the moment. Okay, and then moving on next with the technical side. So if you have any question, feel free to put in the chat box and answer it later on. Okay, so let's move on to the dominance first. So dominance, you can see here. Okay, monthly time frame. What do we see down monthly? Still below the middle band, 59.72. Okay, and then this will be the next support at 57.11. Look at weekly. So weekly, what's happening now? Break, consolidation. It's looking set to break higher again for dominance. It's a level here, 59.54. Continue towards the upside. This will be the top maybe at 60. But look at daily now. So daily is doing what? Okay, break above the middle band. So change of direction from sell to buy. So for dominance now, it's going up. Okay, so BDC also is up. Okay, and I think alts would slowly take a breather first because dominance is up. Then, of course, we want to move into the dominance for USDT first. I think a lot of people are removing their USDT because they're going to move into risk-on asset, probably like alts. Okay, now what you can see on the dominance for USDT, this is already bottom. Okay, so break past this level here, resistance. Now coming back to maintain this level of support. So we're going to see this morning candle can maintain this level of support. If not, we break down again. This level here, 5.03. Okay, for the dominance. Again, so weekly already starting to come down. We're going to see this level on the middle band here at 5.4. So you can see more and more people will start to dispose their USDT to go in for all these outs. Okay, momentum sell is happening now. Okay, it is already happening now for this. Okay, then next, what's happening here? BDC. Okay, so what do we see now in BDC? Okay, monthly break below the middle band. Now it's coming for the pullback now. So will be a level here, 104.3. Okay, look at weekly time frame. Momentum sell, pullback. Okay, we have so far break above the 94K, which is good. So next level we're going to see is here. 4 weekly time frame. So we're here at 101.68. Okay, 101.6. Okay, is the level to maintain or to for the next target here, 101.6. Then on daily now, what do we see on daily? Momentum. Okay, momentum, pullback, momentum again. So what happened is that it closed above this level here, 93.8. Very, very nice actually. So next level we're going to see is here, 101.6, 104.3. Okay, for BTC. All right, so looking set to break higher. So very nice setup actually. Momentum, pullback, higher highs, higher lows. So now it needs to quickly break above this level here, 95.6. So we can able to break 95.6 again. I think in the next 2 days, it's going to go retest this level very, very fast. Okay, for BTC. ETH. What do we have now for ETH? Okay. Get Monday. Break below the middle band. Now it's coming back for the pullback, the relief rally, to retest at 3.7. Okay, 3.7K is the level that you want to watch. And then continuation towards the upside, final boss resistance, 4.3, 4.4. Okay, look at the weekly time frame. Momentum sell, pullback. Okay, so far break above this retreat sell. So the next level we're going to see is where? The middle band. 3.6K. 3.6, 3.7 probably could be this week, very soon. Okay, and then we look at daily now. Okay, break above the top EB as well, very nice. So now it needs to maintain right above this level. This level here, 3.3K. Then after that, 3.6, 3.7. Okay, for ETH, very, very nice setup actually to break higher. Okay, moving on next. Okay, all those individual ops, so you can see what's happening now here. Story protocol. So went up. Story protocol. Okay, see here. Right. Story protocol, what happened? Monday, downtrend. So it went all the way to a low of how much here? 1.4, 1.7. Closing was 1.7. So 1.7, and then it went all the way to how much here? $2, 2.52. So it went up only that much, but again, it is already down by how many percent? See here, 14 to 75%, 88%. So if you buy this bottom, 1.6 to what, 2? It's about 1.5x. Okay, 1.5x. This is like 3, $4. Okay, so what's happening now? Weekly, it's already downtrend actually. Break below the middle band, down, and then suddenly break. Okay, then this level as support. Then the next resistance will be right here, 4.95. It will be the next one. So let's see how significant is this relief rally for Story Protocol. Daily momentum, I think most likely another pullback. Okay, probably might test back here, 2.99 or $3, and then continue higher again to test 4.95 or the $5. 5, 6, 40. I think that will be the last, I think, for this cycle, for this Q1. After that, most likely going down again. And then next, what do we have? Up here, look at Dash, all coins. Now, one big candle also you see. See here, descending, consolidation, break. So all these are textbook payout here. Look at Monday. Momentum, pullback. This will be your support. Okay, your support. Then next year will be here. 71.35. Again, 71.35 is the support. Then after that, where is it going to go? I think probably could be next year, 127. Look at Monday, it is already down actually. Down $21 since July last year as well. $20. Suddenly break. How many times here already? Well, about 286% to 6x from the bottom here. All the way back here again. Come back down here at 37, And now you're back to E1. So probably 1x. Look at weekly now. Okay, extreme sell, break below the middle band, pull back again. Okay, so the next resistance is where? Here. 89.98. Look at weekly. Oh, weekly also up. Okay, so all these will take into account support 70.33. Then this level here, we'll watch. And of course, this level here, 56.6. Or dash. Everything is looking bullish now. Everything is going up. Okay, some coins are doing very well, some are not. Okay, and then of course we look at ETINA. ETINA. The one here. ETINA. Well, also down. Break, and then also break below the critical support. 23 cents. Now maintaining this level of support for now is about how much here? 19 cents. A lot to do for ETINA. 39 cents, you need to break. We look at the weekly time frame. Okay, break below the middle band, we test the entry cell consolidation, and now you're hovering sideways for ETINA. Look at daily now. Break below the middle band, pull back at the entry cell. So it's not looking good compared to other charts. H4 also we can see extreme sell. It could be a sign of pulling back moving forward. Okay. So let's see what else. Lighter. 2.25. So TGE was somewhere here, right? 77 cents. Went all the way up to 3.2. So I think probably might come back all the way down. We test back on this support zone, 1.74, before we see another break up again. That could be another scenario. So Monday wise, pull back, we test 1.74, and then probably to test back here again, 3.19, then continue with this level here at 5.28. Okay, so that is lighter. I think lighter could be another hyper liquid movement. So we're going to be very patient with this. I think possible to continue to rally again.